Sometimes when you clean up your desktop of your computer and you search for some very inside files, you find some old pictures. And I found this old picture that you can see now, and it's my first fashion show like in 2010 under my own label. It was not very common to produce or to have sustainability as your main focus. I was a bit ashamed, to be honest, and journalists also asked me why I want to make money in doing something good, which is, crazy question. But anyway, the topic of today is how can fashion designers fight the overproduction and stay sustainable? First of all, we have to be very clear that mass production and sustainability is really hard to combine. And there is not the one thing right answer that I can give you, but I can show you some techniques that I am using for the last 16 years that are towards a sustainable approach. Let's put it that way. We have to make ourselves clear. All the fabric producers, all the manufacturers and so on, they are aligned with a more mass production procedure, let's put it that way. So, for example, when you have like a fabric company that they produce beautiful Italian wool, for example, they will, most of the time, they will have what we call MOQ, minimum order quantity. And most of the time, the minimum order quantity is like something around 100 and 300 meters, which is a lot. This is really a lot. I mean, imagine you buy 100 meters of black wool and you have a very big skirt where you need 2 meters. I mean, 2 meters for a skirt is a big skirt. Then you have to produce like 50 skirts out of this. I mean, also in the grading and also in the sizing, 50 skirts for a small designer is a lot. So, what can we do about the fabric? Ask the fabric company if they have something like a stock service, so where you can purchase smaller quantities that you will need. Maybe you only need 10 meters or 20 meters. Then if they have the same fabric for a stock quantity, you will pay a bit more, but maybe in the end of the day it will be very suitable for you. Second, okay, they don't have a stock service, you need to buy, let's say 100 meters. I mean, let's put it 100, not 300, but try to get 100 meters. You can think in different ways. You can think, okay, can I use this fabric for a lot of season? Can I use it for summer, winter? Can I use it for jackets and coats and dresses and so on? So all more product groups. This would be a very good technique. And also, can I print on it? Can I embroider on it? Is there any kind of fabric manipulation that I can do which make the fabric look different? When it comes to fabrics, also think, can I use this fabric for example, your decoration in your shop, or wrapping, or samples, or so on? So what can I really do besides producing garments with that fabric? Maybe you can also establish in your design language this unique fabric as kind of a basic where people are wanting to have that. They say, oh, this is so cool because this wool is so stable, it doesn't wrinkle. All my jackets are wrinkling free, I can travel with them a lot. So make them as a good basis for your collection. This would be my approaches for big quantity of fabric, and all this also applies for buttons, all your components and so on. So think outside the box, think on a long term, and also make it as a design statement or a design basic in your design language for your specific collections. When it comes to production, this is a little bit more tricky. It's hard to make a workaround about production when production company. I mean, let me start with a just recently I had I'm searching for productions all the time because productions close or they retire and so on. So I had this production company in Portugal, which is Europe. I'm in Europe, great. And I was back and forth writing emails and asked them, okay, I need a production for trousers, menswear trousers. And they said, okay, we can do that. And I was, okay, what's your like minimum? And they were like 200. And I was like, okay, why didn't you tell me before that you're only on a mass production side? And then they said to me, wow, you only want to produce like 30 or 40 trousers in a row. This is only like a sampling and it will cost like double the price or more than double the price. I mean, this is like outrageous. It will get you out of the way. It will get you, it will calculate out your price totally too high. It will be very difficult to sell. So, this is a very big common thing that a lot of production companies, they don't know how small labels work. I have a relatively big shop in Vienna, in the design district of Vienna. I have 6 cloth racks. Now, do the math with me. One cloth rack is like 12 pieces. Now you can calculate 200 and you will see how many cloth racks you would need to put for this one item, and you don't want to have like a single item shop, right? The first and most obvious solution is to find small local productions when it comes to producing. Keep in mind that smaller productions can have a higher price per item. That's a fact. You have to make your calculation that you're not out of your reach for your target audience or the market itself. So keep that in mind. I mean, producing local has a lot of advantages. The biggest disadvantage is that it's mostly cost effective. So you have to make up your mind about, is your target audience willing to pay that price? Basic answer, but there is no the one right answer to this. But try to find companies that are willing to produce for you and they take you serious as a small company that are also willing to produce on a smaller scale. This is one. There are companies, it's hard to find them. It can be very tricky, but yeah, work with them. Second, this is a very, let's say, harsh for some designers, but put your designs, your collection in a mass production so they can be mass produced. For example, does all my seams inside really need to have a piping, or can there be a lock seam? Do I have other production things that are more quicker to produce, for example, and so on? So really carefully evaluate your each and every design, if it can be produced differently, more let's call it mass production phase, without losing your brand identity and without losing the quality, the high quality of your garment. This is very important. I mean, if you need more advice on that, this is from every design completely different. Then there is a Discord server you could join. There are some, I created this Discord service also for exchange for designers, where you can have help and where you can have a look. There is there is a link down below, and try to ask questions. And this brings me to the third answer. Maybe collaboration would be a great thing. Collaborating with other designers. Maybe you can share for example, a shirting company, and they say, okay, we need to produce 50 designs, maybe you can share this slot with another designer and say, okay, I'm producing 25, my colleague is producing 25, in total we're 50, we're bringing you the 50, it's just like split up in two. Maybe I heard a lot of designers that are sharing things for shipping and so on, so try to collaborate. I mean, I know collaboration in the fashion world is very difficult, let's put it that way, but we're not competing. To wrap everything up, there is not one single solution to this mass production and overproduction theme. It needs a lot of people and a lot of designers who tell the productions 200 pieces is not sampling, for example. And you have to collaborate and you have to make up your mind if you use fabrics differently, or can you use it in different multiple collections and so on. I mean, are you struggling with that? Once more, there is a Discord server, so we can discuss it on Discord very well. And do you have any other ideas how to fix this mass production thing that our industry is facing? Let me know in the comments, and I see you in the next video.